978 star 8378 Nicole Cattaruzza. I know for myself, there's been no real clear defining moment between what North American is and whatever. I mean, again, there is the rock wall. We do have the greenback paper for whatever is here from Ukraine. The question now is in this U.S. And how this has been built. I see on the television they show a non-familial member representing the U.S. They don't appear to be anything under this flag of Ukraine. They certainly are not under the unity flag that I was born, or the Italian or the Irish flag of my heraldry. I was never assigned an outer flag for marriage the way that I would have preferred to have gone. I only have the one unity flag, which is the United States flag, or so they say. But in the reference piece that I put up, there was a UK representative, a UN representative, and then a non-familial US representative. The next story, today's February 25th, 2022, on ABC this evening, tells of Nassau County wanting to shut down something to do with Russia and something to do with Soviet Union. Apparently, there was a problem during Obama's administration with something Russian being in Old Brookville and them kicking them out. Here's the thing. The old wealth people are not necessarily the people I want to piss off, and I want, and I would do these things to in like the disrespect will run deep and painful in ways you couldn't possibly imagine. So I don't understand why at this dirty U.S. level that is now coming to light for me, I don't know how the officials didn't know who's working at the UN conversation desk when Obama broke into the White House in some election that I have no idea how that happened. Tonight they were talking about something Trayvon Martin, never even heard of it. So I don't understand how Nassau County executives are getting behind trying to kick out oligarch ties, which are the ties that you need for your defense, since the U.S. seems to be taking on a relative face that is non-relative to what is now pushing to try to have the estate vacated or confiscated or something. What's coming in next? I'm just curious. If you know what they look like and they're not bothering anybody, why not just leave them alone? Why do you need to get behind the gate?
Exactly where they are out of fears that their calls are being monitored.
The crisis in Ukraine hits especially close to home for one family in Nassau County. Their loved ones are now hunkered down
And my question is for Tom Swazi, the local guys, and Blakeman. Just curious, where are these instructions coming from? Is it the Obama camp of it's a White House? It's easy. We have a rock wall. We got some paper. We got to keep the conversation really clear. I don't understand why they antagonize oligarchs when you have private new idiots funding cyber attack labs for non-relatives. It's relatively simple to know that cyber attack and putting war executives inside to teach them how to take down cities, that wasn't a good idea to enhance. But somehow it's been going on.
underground in Ukraine, protecting the water supply. Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands met the family and spoke via FaceTime to their relatives in Ukraine.
As the bombing continues over Ukraine, 46-year-old Oleg Kovalsky sits below ground in Golardok Saturday evening, about 300 miles from...
Now, the person upset about Obama and trying to find out about Ukraine's looks non-relative to the Ukrainian. She's also the one who's making a big stink at the whatever in front of Tom Swazi and Blakeman.
From Kyiv.
It is defending the water pump station to protect it from the Russian aggressor.
Oleg's wife and children spent the last 2 nights hiding in their basement as he and other civilians band together to protect water reserves and other infrastructures.
I'm proud that I can defend my country from Russian aggressor.
Oleg talked with us through
They are lucky that they have somebody who knows these things.
FaceTime with his sister, Irna Bucha, in Glen Cove.
We can support them with our prayers from the bottom of our hearts.
She's part of a group called the Ukrainian Members of Long Island, who were part of a push led by Republican Congressman Lee Zeldin and Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman to remove Russian diplomats from the Killenworth compound.
Expel these Russians from Nassau County. We don't need them here.
The 26,000 square foot mansion was bought by the Soviet Union to become the country retreat of the Soviet and later Russian delegation to the United Nations.
I've never even heard of this compound and complex. Never been there.
I'd like to see us discuss it with the executive branch and with the United Nations people that represent the United States of America.
Well, bing. Is there a difference? Because they're important people in this equation. Is there a difference between the United States of America, and what is currently seated speaking to the Federation and the UK inside with a little thing that says US in front of her? Because the source of the information is incredibly important before you try to make these gigantic moves and potentially hurt us by hurting someone's feelings in faraway places. Now that the world and the sectors have gotten really messy and hard to keep whatever. Now, she's the one who mentions the piece about Obama. They seem to be very happy that Obama got into the office. Again, if you look at it from team's perspective, if you look at it from a security perspective, I'm greatly concerned.
Good.
Back in 2016, the Obama administration shut down another Russian compound in Old Brookville. That was for punishment for alleged interference in the presidential election. As for Oleg...
Which presidential election? I'm just curious.
Oleg, is this frightening for you?
No, because there are a lot of the same people as me, which were very brave and hard and want to defend our country.
Making his 2-year-old niece and brother-in-law proud.
It's scary, but I am also proud of him. I'm proud of him for standing up.
England Cove, Shantae Lands, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Madam.
I have no idea how to, I see these people gathering. I just did not know, there's no, I don't know, you say outreach? Again, if they have groups from old country and there's old, whatever. But again, not necessarily, my 2 flags on the way in were described as Italian and as Irish. So I don't know how that works. In lost tribes and lost people in some unbeknownst scenario. Again, I mentioned tonight the moon is totally gone. I'm like, how do you lose a moon? I even asked a neighbor to look, just so I know it's not just my eyes. And he said he couldn't see the moon either. And I'm like, all right, well, at least now I have a God's witness. So I don't know. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxies broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.